Been outside yet? You might have to go out and scrape the windshield or at least heat up the car before you get into it, take the kids to work. Here's some morning temperatures under clear skies. 30 degrees, our first frost of the season, and we just barely made the record, the latest frost by about 2 hours. You can see some very chilly readings throughout most of green country, and it will be colder tomorrow morning, so we'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit, Linda.
All right, thanks, Scott. In the news this morning, members of the Marine Reserve Anti-Tank Unit based in Broken Arrow are reporting for duty. The 200 reservists will head to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina this weekend for training. Yesterday, members of the unit were busy getting equipment ready to go. Most of that equipment will leave soon. The troops will follow once paperwork is complete. It's not known how many of the reservists will actually be activated or if they'll go on to Saudi Arabia. Even more Oklahoma military reservists will be making their way to the Persian Gulf. 5 National Guard and Army Reserve units were put on alert yesterday. The 304th Maintenance Company of Bartlesville and its detachment in Norman received the call. The company is trained in the upkeep of power generators and light vehicles. Staff Sergeant Terry Jones says they all knew the call would come. Now they're busy getting ready. The Army Recruiting Company for Eastern Oklahoma is reporting a big increase in the number of sign-ups for the month of October, tops in the nation, in fact. Army recruiters say the Tulsa-based company was the highest percentage above quota of any recruiting company in the country last month. The recent troop activation in the Tulsa area may be having an adverse effect on recruiting this month. Army recruiters say they're short of the quota for this month, and other branches of the service say their sign-up rate is about the same as usual. More Americans held in Iraq may be allowed to leave soon. That comes after boxing champ Muhammad Ali met with Iraqi President Saddam Hussein yesterday. Saddam Hussein did not say how many Americans would be freed, but Ali says he will stay in Baghdad until the hostages are released. Iraq has been releasing foreign hostages on a piecemeal basis to divide the alliance against that country. A Tulsa company still doesn't know why a terrorist group would kidnap 3 of its engineers. 2 of them are from Tulsa. The 3 engineers work for NATCO National Tank Company. They were kidnapped Sunday from their work site in Colombia. The U.S. State Department says a leftist group is claiming responsibility but has issued no demands. Still to come on Oklahoma Today, a tornado sweeps through parts of Missouri as residents slept early this morning, and the time is getting closer for a predicted earthquake through the Midwest, and people are rushing to buy insurance just in case.
At St. Clair Corporation, we custom make all our thermal replacement windows just for you. Hi, I'm Ken Green, and now you can enjoy St. Clair's energy-efficient, custom-made replacement windows all winter long and make no payment till May. That's right, get immediate installation and make no payment till May. Plus, only St. Clair's windows offer a lifetime glass breakage guarantee. So call now for this no-pay-till-May window offer from St. Clair Corporation, bringing your home the very best for over 100 years.
Harmony brings us together, it'll keep you warm in snowy weather. It's a song of peace and joy and a thing called love. And we wish you a season of harmony.
Celebrate the season by getting this AT&T cordless telephone, only $59.99. And also just $59.99 is AT&T remote answering machine.
But most of all, we wish you Christmas love.
Your Tulsa Metro Ford dealers want to show you their most important product, satisfied customers.
The minute I test drove my truck, I knew that this is the truck I wanted to buy.
I love my Ford.
I'd never buy another Chevy. I'm sold on Ford.
And that's why Ford trucks are #1 in Tulsa. And right now, get the Ford Explorer for $1,000 less than Jeep. Or get the best gas mileage of any compact truck with the special edition Ranger Lariat. Ford trucks, the best never rest at your Tulsa Metro Ford dealers.
Super specials this week from IGA. Grade A whole fryers are only 48 cents a pound. Folgers coffee is on special this week. 13-ounce bag, only $1.99. Clean up with Cascade. 65-ounce powder or liquid, just $2.69. Save on juicy Emperor red grapes, 79 cents a pound. Shop at IGA for fantastic low prices on the items you buy the most. Look for our special low price tag. When you find it, you found great savings. IGA, we're just like family.
Welcome back to Oklahoma Today. The time now is 6:35 and it's 30 degrees outside. Storms swept through central Missouri early today, bringing 2 tornadoes in their wake. This was the scene in O'Fallon, Missouri. The tornadoes knocked over apartment buildings and downed power lines. Winds were reported at 61 miles an hour. About 20 people were injured in those storms. Many people living in Missouri are asking themselves the question, will an earthquake really hit them this coming Monday as predicted? Geologists say if it does, there will be little damage to Oklahoma. But as Channel 2's Pete Knutson reports, some Oklahomans aren't taking any chances.
Scenes like this have made the possibility of an earthquake very real to some Oklahomans. Some are taking the talk of a possible quake along the New Madrid Fault very seriously. Marcy Rabinowitz made sure she has earthquake insurance. She was in San Francisco after last year's killer quake.
You've been hearing more and more about earthquakes, and it is for peace of mind, but that's what insurance is for, because my house hasn't burned recently, but I sure want the insurance if it does.
Some insurance companies have been sending letters to homeowners. This one, for example, says, "We recommend that you consider earthquake protection for your property. It has never been more important."
We felt because of the prediction that it was an important coverage that is excluded from our homeowners' policies, and we felt that all of our homeowners should be apprised of that fact.
The cost of earthquake insurance is minimal, about $30 per $100,000 of property. Still, some Tulsans say the letters and the hype about the predicted earthquake are misleading.
No, I'm not worried about it.
I think it's just to try and kind of scare people a little bit and think along the lines of buying it.
I don't agree with that. I think that earthquake coverage is extremely important to the homeowner. A lot of people don't realize that the state of Oklahoma is, in fact, has a good possibility of having an earthquake, or in this particular case, have damage from an earthquake that might originate someplace else.
And with scientists saying the big one will eventually hit somewhere, insurance agents say earthquake coverage is important even if the New Madrid quake never happens. Pete Knutson, Channel 2 News.
The Gateway Insurance Agency says more than 80% of its homeowners have added earthquake protection to their policies. Games like bingo are an economic lifeline for Native Americans in Oklahoma. Those games bring in millions of dollars every year to tribal programs. For the next 2 days, Native American leaders are meeting in Tulsa to talk about the future of gaming. They've received 8 favorable rulings from federal courts recently. The Native American Convention has about 300 people in attendance and meets through tomorrow. Winter is coming a little early in Colorado. Mother Nature dumped several inches of snow on Denver yesterday. Commuter traffic was slowed to a slushy crawl. In the mountains, one ski resort reported 14 inches of snow. Other resorts reported 8 to 10 inches. Snow advisories are still in effect in Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. And this is the first cold morning for us in a long time.
Well, it sure is. I think the last time we were this cold was about the 14th or 15th of March. So we're looking at almost 9 months without some very cold weather in the area. Not that this is very cold either, but it's colder than the weather we have seen as of late. And we're going to end what could have been a record warm November on a rather chilly note. We'll have all the details coming up in just a few moments.
Welcome to a car, and welcome to a train, and a party dress. I get a list. A beautiful bow for my hair. Cordless telephone, because I'm a man on the go. Some diamond earrings for my mom. Big tent. And some Rolex shoes for my sisters.
For all the gift items on your holiday list, shop Tulsa Promenade.
A blanket.
A blanket? Over time, European cars have evolved into fine luxury automobiles. The Lexus LS400, however, achieved car and driver's highest customer satisfaction ratings ever in value, workmanship, and overall satisfaction in just its first year. So much for the theory of evolution. Test drive the LS400 at Lexus of Tulsa.
Ding, ding, ding-a-ling, ooh.
Wow, this is Anthony's workshop. Hey, look, now through Sunday, all Oshkosh children's wear is 30% off. 30% savings on toddler sizes. Boys and girls sizes are also 30% off. That means moms can buy lots of Oshkosh and have a gift wrap for free.
Kids, where are you?
Oshkosh at Anthony's.
Comfort and joy at Anthony's. Get free Coke at Mazio's when you buy a jumbo. You'll save cash for gifts and things because the Coke is free. Buy a jumbo, get a 2-liter, absolutely free.
Buy a Mazzio's 18-inch Jumbo Party Pizza and get a free 2-liter bottle of Coke. Mazzio's Jumbo Pizza. More pizza than 2 mediums at the same price.
Good for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. Call 664-4444. We'll bring it to your door.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to this Wednesday edition of Oklahoma Today. Coming up on 6:41, and it is 40 degrees cooler than it was this time yesterday, and even 30 degrees outside, and many places are even cooler than that, as we'll look at some Oklahoma temperatures here rather shortly. Well, the strong storms that moved through yesterday continued east, and as you have seen, they have produced some damage into Missouri, but the storm is long gone, and we should enjoy a couple of nice, sunny, and gradually improving as far as temperature-wise days coming up straight ahead. Here's a satellite photograph showing clouds and those storms last evening before the sun set, and the remnants of the storms moving through eastern Oklahoma into Arkansas, the strongest ones up through central Missouri towards the St. Louis area, and then the bands of snow coming up behind this storm through Nebraska, through Iowa, back into Minnesota. The next storm system already poised to move on to the Pacific Northwest coast. They are going to see some rather inclement weather the next couple of days, as they will see another heavy rain event, and unfortunately they could be in for another serious episode of flooding through the next 2 days, and then another round yet this weekend. So those folks in the Northwest are going to be deluged with more rain. Clear skies throughout much of Oklahoma last evening, and then here those thunderstorms continuing eastward as they develop through the nighttime hours. In fact, here's a satellite replay, and you'll notice the storms here they were yesterday continuing eastward as the storm continues. Most of the heavy activity now will be concentrated through the Great Lakes states and through eastern Canada. Get ready for the next storm system as it does approach the northwestern coastline. But until then, we have a lot of nice weather to enjoy. Here's the almanac and reviewing some of the temperatures over the last 24 to 36 hours. Yesterday's high was at 4 in the morning. That's 72 degrees. The low was at 5 minutes to midnight last night at 33. So far this morning, we've averaged or seen a low of 29 degrees, and it might drop another degree before the sun rises in about 30 minutes. There are your normals, 55 and 34. Presently outside, clear skies, 30 degrees, dew point dry at 22 degrees, humidity 72%, northwesterly breezes at 3 miles per hour. The pressure continues to rise rather strongly at 30.24. Other Oklahoma temperatures, basically with clear skies, from 24 degrees in Page to a chilly 26 in Bartlesville, 26 also in Ponca City, 27 in Enid. Here's our 30 in the town, and the 29 down towards Oklahoma City. So very cold reading, still single digits, and some sub-zero readings in North Dakota. The warmth is now confined to most everybody east of the Ohio River and down along the Gulf coastal states ahead of this storm system as it marches eastward. They will see record warmth throughout the eastern states. Right now, Rochester, New York at 64 degrees compared to our 29 over here in Brookside, and 6 below up in Grand Forks and also up into the Winnipeg area. Just ahead of the next rainstorm system, 41 degrees in Portland, Oregon. Otherwise, high pressure in control from California all the way into Oklahoma. Should remain that way through the next 2 to 3 days. Highs today, only the 40s through much of the northern half of the state. Maybe some folks down along the Red River may see some 50s. The jet stream showing an interesting pattern. Here's that deep area of low pressure gradually weakens and moves eastward. We're left in a zonal flow, which is usually very nice for us this time of year. Here's the forecast for today. Sunny early, partly cloudy towards the afternoon hours, chilly with light winds out of the north at 3 to 7 miles an hour, the high of 46 this afternoon. Then tonight, the coldest night yet, frosty in many places. In fact, some of the outlying temperatures could be in the lower to middle 20s. Clear skies, calm winds, an in-town low of 28. Here's some of the high temperatures for today. 46 here, cool Ponca City way at 42 degrees. And here are some of those awfully chilly readings. If you have any bit of your garden left, protect it or harvest it. Here's the 4-day forecast. 55 for Thursday under sunny skies, and we warm up just nice for Friday at 66. A little bit cooler for Saturday, though we might bump that up for the noon show. And then most of the weekend looks nice. We'll have another blast of cold air in here around midweek. So we're finally on the roller coaster of up and down weather.
It's about time.
It is.
Thanks, Scott. Things aren't always as they seem, and the East African country of Kenya is no exception. Today, travel reporter Paul Ryan takes us there on a photo safari of the few and proud Maasai tribe.
Your most enduring memories of Kenya will be of the animals and of the Maasai. A tall, proud race of people numbering about 250,000 inhabiting Kenya and Tanzania, a people who cling to their seemingly primitive traditions. You will see the young warriors herding their cattle, carrying spears as protection against lion attack. But look closely, and that warrior might well be wearing a digital watch or Western-style shoes. The Maasai here, at least not all the Maasai, are nearly so primitive as they might first appear. Over the past few years, they've learned the value of the tourist dollar. What'd you pay for these?
They started at 20. We got down to 12.
12 shillings.
Yeah.
So it's about 50
Well,
cents. Everywhere you travel in Maasai land, they are out there selling their beaded jewelry, their war clubs, even their prize spears. And if all you want to do is take a snapshot, you will pay. But still, visitors come away feeling good about meeting the Maasai.
You know, their sense of values, I'm sure, are much more basic than ours. I'm sure they don't have crime. I don't imagine they have drugs. Maybe they do have something. I don't know. I imagine they're very happy.
But with increased exposure to tourist dollars, can Maasai traditions survive?
It's very hard to say what will happen. There's a need to incorporate everybody into the mainstream of development in the nation, and I think that that's going to have an effect on the Maasai. I hope that they're able to hold on to a lot of their traditions.
In our next report, a unique lodge. Paul Ryan, Channel 2 News.
If you'd like more information on a safari in Kenya, write us at Ticket to Adventure, P.O. Box 2, Tulsa 74101, and please include a business-sized self-addressed stamped envelope with 45 cents postage. In sports this morning, OSU takes over the Bayou in a round ball game. And it's time to take a trip through the highlight zone. Big Al's up next. The time now, 6:47.
If you shop Turnpike first and then buy a new or used car or truck from Turnpike or any new car dealer, we'll give you a $100 Toys R Us gift certificate just for shopping Turnpike first. That's right. You get the car or truck you want, and your kids get all those new toys they want just because you remembered to shop Turnpike first.
Turnpike Ford, Subaru, Turner, Tollgate, Tulsa. We road exit. Don't forget the gift certificate.
You can do it with True Value.
For this Master Mechanic cordless drill and screwdriver is only $27.95. And the cordless Master Mechanic wrench with all steel strength is just $37.99. A revolutionary fiber steel ratchet is part of this Master Mechanic 27-piece socket set, only $29.99. And give the Master Mechanic Tool Center of heavy gauge steel just $44.99 at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers.
Sometimes you get caught in the creek of higher prices. Beginning in December, alcoholic beverage prices are going up. In January, alcoholic beverage prices are going up again, a lot. New federal taxes and distillers' greed are the main reasons. This affects beer, wine, and liquor. Fred Parkhill has increased his inventory to the largest ever, about $1 million. Does that tell you anything? You have protection for a while. Fred Parkhill's Liquors and Wines, 51st and Lewis.
In 1971, when Johnson Brokers started their business, the health insurance market was pretty crowded. But times have changed, and today, your options in employee group insurance have fallen dramatically. But there is one Oklahoma company that you can depend on in the health insurance business. Johnson Brokers, administrators of the Provider Medical Health Plan, Provider Medical Pharmaceutical, and self-funded health plans. Call us today or ask your agent.
If you have news or sports information, call the Newshawk hotline at 1-800-STAR-2. On United States cellular phones, call Star Operator 2. Be a Channel 2 Newshawk.
Good morning, everybody. Well, we knew how poorly OSU had played on the road the last few seasons. Well, their first road game of the year, and they get the job done. This in New Orleans. Johnny Pittman with a turnaround soft touch. He had 4 points. Alexander from three-point range, and it counts. But the big man was Byron Houston. He had 26 points, and the Pokes win their first road game of the year. Their next 5 of 6 at home. Final score of this one as we watch Byron put another 2 home, 74-64. Houston with 26, as we mentioned. The Pokes now 2-0, and they will play Tulsa this Saturday at Gallagher-Iba starting at 4 o'clock. Arkansas and Pine Bluff playing Mississippi College last night, and yes, the Big O and Todd Day did play. Todd Day with a steal here in the second half. Broke open a game with Mississippi College. Big O with a block there, and then he'll get another block down to Lee Mayberry, who will slam it home. And Arkansas wins it. The final score, 96-57. Baseball, the Kansas City Royals have offered Kirk Gibson a contract. Gibson wants to leave the Dodgers, as many of you know, and he wants a 2-year deal for over $4 million. The Royals have reason to believe Gibson is healthy again. Football, Patriots Zeke Mowatt is out $12,500 and two others $5,000 each for the alleged sexual harassment of Boston reporter Lisa Olson. NFL Commissioner Paul Tagliabue will also fine the Patriots front office $50,000 for not responding quickly enough after the incident in the locker room September 17th. Jack McNell is out at Boston College. He was fired yesterday, and Curly Hallman is in at LSU, although he must coach Southern Mississippi in the All-American Bowl before he leaves. All right, now it's time to go zoning.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas you've just crossed over into.
The highlight zone for Wednesday morning, November 28th. And you know, I always thought onside kicks needed to go 10 yards downfield. That was not a good kick. In Phoenix, where 4 years ago a ticket was a hot item, well, not to the Cards, a New England game. Why are you there? The slogan of the week, no fat lady in Milwaukee. The T-shirt reads, it ain't over till Milli Vanilli sings, which could be forever. The big hits, watch number 52, Go Flying. That's Giants' Pepper Johnson getting it from Keith Byers Sunday. The college hit of the week, OU's Reggie Barnes against Nebraska. Turner turns and finds Barnes at his shoulder. West Virginia against South Carolina. The helmet gets intercepted in Pittsburgh. That's a hot hockey puck up in the stands. And yes, it hurts. Serves you right, pal, for sticking your hand out and trying to grab a hard hockey puck like that. Now, get up and take a bow. There you go. But it still hurts, doesn't it? Not the hand. Yeah, the hand. On the hard courts, Arizona's Tony Clark against Notre Dame. In the NBA, the block off the head, off the back of the hand of Reggie Theus. And in for the other guys, James Worthy with the wild shot, and it goes in. Well, my favorite of the week at OSU Saturday night against Colgate at Gallagher-Iba. Poor Earl Jones, McLean product. He loses his high top. How do you lose a high top sneaker playing basketball? I thought you were supposed to lace them all the way up. Obviously, something happened. Coach Sutton is worried about his shoe contract after this baby. Now, Jones, while he's trying to put his shoe back on, play continues. No timeout call by the official. And play continues. Earl continues to try to get his shoe on. Colgate gets the ball, brings it down court. Then they have it stolen as Earl Jones tries to go back on defense. Now OSU comes back the other way. Milton Brown will slam it home. And Earl Jones is still trying to get that shoe on. Come on, Earl, get that shoe on, will you please? Finally, he gets a timeout. And Earl Jones can finally lace up that shoe of his. And he gets a standing ovation from the folks at Gallagher-Iba. And this fan, yeah, we're talking few rooms for rent upstairs, folks. He is not all there. And wrapping it up, Muggsy Bogues gets the basketball. He'll turn, he'll put it up, and it goes in. Unfortunately for the short fella, the ref is even taller than he is. It didn't count. Time ran out, but he made it in the highlight zone. And that's the sports this morning. We'll see you tonight at 6 and 10. In the meantime, have a great day, everybody.
Thanks, Al. 6:54 right now. Just a cold couple of days throughout the Central Plains states. Of course, warmest down Houston way, 59 degrees, 46 here in town, and a few clouds. St. Louis still recovering from those storms as of yesterday, and a few clouds rolling into Denver. Other travel problems into the northwest, Seattle, Portland with some rain in the afternoon, and then much of the eastern seaboard will be socked into the clouds, showers, and thunderstorms throughout the next 2 days. In fact, folks in Boston might see some rain. Folks also into Buffalo and Rochester could see some rain and or snow. So looks like it's going to be kind of busy on the East Coast. Linda will be back with the headlines after this.
That will be $345 for that pair of glasses, sir.
Eyeglasses and 1 hour service don't have to be expensive. At iMart, prices are less because we don't have the expensive mall rent or expensive frame displays or millions of dollars of corporate overhead. Right now, buy 2 complete pair of eyeglasses for only $79.95. Hurry, limited offer.
iMart means eyeglasses in 1 hour for less. Call now or bring in your prescription to iMart in Tulsa at 71st and Sheridan next to Price Mart.
Deck the halls with holiday savings this week only.
When you shop Cimarron Pottery.
Save on big 6- and 7-foot Christmas trees, including stand. This week only $29.99 and $35.99. Save on beautiful 14-bloom poinsettia bushes. This week only $179. Create some Christmas magic and save with 9-foot garlands. This week only $229. Help yourself to more holiday savings now through Sunday.
When you shop Cimarron Pottery,
You'll save more.
Jingle bell, jingle bell. Hi, I'm Walter Barham, and we're ready for Christmas here at Binding Stevens.
Poinsettias are ideal for holiday decorating. Binding Stevens has fresh, beautiful poinsettias. These special 6-inch pots are only $5.99. And for the smell of Christmas, fresh cut garland starting at $2.99 a yard, and wreaths starting at just $7.99.
Come see our Christmas beauty. There's so much here at Binding Stevens on 41st Street.
Look at our decorated studio cameras. The time is 6:56, and it's still 30 degrees outside. Here are some of the stories making news this halfway through the week. Marine reservists based in Broken Arrow are reporting for duty this morning. Members of the anti-tank group will head to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina for special training. More American hostages will soon head home from Iraq and Kuwait. Former heavyweight boxing champ Muhammad Ali met with Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein to secure their release. And earthquake insurance is a big seller these days. One company says more than 80% of its homeowners have added earthquake protection to their policies in light of a prediction around Missouri.
Well, the big awaited day is next Monday and Tuesday, I believe. So
we'll see.
We'll see.
What about snow on those dates?
It's a possibility.
Really?
We have a strong Arctic front that'll be down here around midweek next weekend. We'll just wait and see. But until then, Linda, it looks like it's going to be awfully nice with mild temperatures. There's the 4-day forecast looking at 46 this afternoon. A few clouds later on in the day, but it'll clear off tonight. That 28 that we have for this coming evening might be too warm. We might need to pull that back to around 26. It's going to be awfully chilly. Warming up Thursday, 55, 66 for Friday, and about the lower to middle 60s for the rest of the weekend. So we've got a couple of just wonderful days coming up straight ahead.
Good. Look forward to that. Thanks, Scott. That's our time this morning. Thanks for getting up early with us. We'll be back at 7:25. See you then.
Have a good morning, everybody.